Okay.
Recording.
All right. This is the big bowl I'm talking about. One of these was Mimi's. I actually have two of them. You give me a granddaughter, I'll give you the other one. Okay. You want 4 things of yeast. And you're going to start with 1 cup of warm water. Alright, just pour your water in there.
It's not warm, that's hot.
Then you're going to add your yeast. Just try to make sure that you got as much down as possible. I usually open it over the bowl so any extra falls in instead of all over the counter.
And
Alright, dump all 4. Alright, what your Mimi said do is just kind of rock it around just a little bit. Okay? Then you're going to add 3 more cups of water for a total of 4 cups warm water.
Mama, don't even have to move it. I figured out how.
And I kind of pour it around the edges so that it'll help run down the sides. Number 3.
Mom, I can see steam rising
number
off that thing.
4.
I can see steam rising off it. It's not when it's hot.
Abby.
It is.
Yes, this warm water. Okay. You should have the recipe. If you don't, I'll email it to you. It is called Jessie Evans Smith 90-minute bread. She was one of the prophet's wives. You're going to start with 4 teaspoons of salt. Okay. Then you want 8 tablespoons of sugar. Now some people substitute honey for the sugar. I haven't tried that. Who knows? Okay, next is your cooking oil. I use Wessa canola, Crisco canola, whichever one I happen to have. And you want 4 tablespoons. In there. Now you're going to keep the cooking oil out because you're going to need it to oil your pans. Your sugar and your salt can be put up by your assistant. I'm sure he can handle that. Alright, water, yeast, salt, sugar, oil, and then you have your bread flour. Now, you want 7 to 8 cups, and Mimi always said heaping cups. I usually do 7, stir, figure out where I need any more, add what I need, either by the handful or the cup. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Spoons, you go ahead and stir it. Bring it over so she can see what it looks like. Alright, now you don't want it to be too wet. That's why you're going to add more flour if you need it. And you don't want to work it too much because it can kind of makes it flat, doesn't taste quite right. But as you can see, we definitely need more flour in here. So I've got a cup here. I'm just going to go ahead and grab some, add it in, and mix this up. Okay, that looks better. Now, you're going to clean one set of your counters really good unless you have a pastry sheet. I usually scrub this one really good with some kind of Lysol product or something. Bring it right here so she can see. And you're going to ahead and put your flour out on your counter because you're going to separate it into 4 mounds. And you're just kind of guesstimating. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a couple small ones, so we're going to add a little bit here and a little bit here. Clean off the spoon and get nice and gooey. And then go ahead and get whatever is left in your bowl and add it to whichever one is smallest. Okay. Then you're going to want to go ahead and put your bowl and sink, or bowl and spoon in the sink, but go ahead and turn your timer on for 15 minutes because it needs to set for an individual rise for 15 minutes. Go ahead and set your bowl over here. Run some water in it to help it from being too big of a hassle to wash. Your hands a little bit. Now while that's doing that, your next step is to go ahead and get your pans ready.
And it would be so much easier with this off the tripod.
You're going to oil your pans. And I usually just start by pouring a good amount in the first pan. Stay right there. Okay.
It's raining.
And you want to brush it up the sides. And then go ahead and pour it in the next. Now you're going to reserve a little bit in the bottom, but you also want to go ahead and brush some on the tops because if your pans go over, your bread goes over, then you know that maybe it won't stick. So do the same with all 4. Try not to dump it everywhere. With your sister right here beside me, it makes it a little bit confining. Nice at the top. And both sides. Make sure you get them good. Okay. Last one, you can just go ahead and hold on one of the others because I mean you don't want to waste this oil. I mean the extra you've got, you're going to pour it back in your bottle. I mean that's another. Okay. Alright. Let's see, we left some in reserve. Go ahead and pour the extra back in. But leave a little bit, that way the coating is on the bottom. You're going to want to clean your pastry brush because you're going to use it to coat your butter on. Go ahead and set some butter out to get soft because you're going to want it. All right, go ahead and pause it.
How do I pause it?
Hit that button again.